We've all heard about the dangers of high blood pressure, but do you know the dangers of high water pressure in your home? So, questions come into the Check Pro Radio studios. Is it dangerous to have high water pressure coming into my home? And I've asked plumbing expert Bobby Crowder, the family plumber, to join me here on the program. Bobby, how are you?
Hey, Joe. Thanks for having me on again. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So, we've heard about high blood pressure, right? That's called the silent killer. If we have high blood pressure as humans, we may not even know we have high blood pressure, but we could like burst a pipe, we could have a stroke, we could have a heart attack. But really, the same thing is true, isn't it, for the water pressure coming into the home? Low water pressure is one issue, but high water pressure is another issue. So, what are the concerns?
So you're exactly right. I look at it as the human body of a home because the water lines are your blood and your veins, and of course sewer lines are your intestines and stuff like that. So everything has to be clean, everything has to be up, and pressure's got to be proper. So when you have high water pressure, you can do a lot of damage to all your appliances, your copper or PEX or Wurzbo tubing in your home. All that can split due to the high water pressure, especially like a water heater can start to leak, drippy faucets, diaphragms in the fill valves of the toilets. That high water pressure is just as dangerous, just like your high blood pressure in your body. So we have to maintain that. And in order to maintain that, we have to put a pressure regulating valve on the main coming into the home because it's our responsibility as a homeowner to maintain our water pressure. It's not the city's. I mean, especially out here in Arizona, it's I don't know about any other states, but I think it's the same way any other state. But you've got to maintain your own water pressure coming into your home. It's not the city's responsibility.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I may be, because I'm not from Arizona, but most homes don't have something to regulate the pressure, do they?
They don't. Yeah, like out here, they don't do it as well. It's not a mandatory thing. They just, pipe it right into the home, ball valve, hose bib right into the house. So, and then when the city starts building around or they start raising pressure up, they don't care about your home's water pressure. That's what I say. It's the homeowner's responsibility to maintain it. So you want to be, the thing is I like to see the water pressure around 60, 65. I mean, nothing more than 80 and above. Even 75 and above. I kind of like to stay below that. But if you kind of keep that, like your sprinkler lines and your drip system will also start spewing and breaking pipes because it's just too high. So everything has to be maintained. And unfortunately, it's the homeowner's responsibility to do that. And us plumbers can come out and regulate that for you.
So I'm sure a lot of you who are watching this right now are like me. What? Didn't even know about this. Okay.
Mhm.
And so what you need to do is call Bobby Crowder, the family plumber, and he will come out and he will actually measure the pressure, much like the doctor will,
Yes.
right? The
Yep.
blood pressure, the
Exactly.
water pressure. And then even if it's like perfect, Bobby's probably going to recommend putting on a piece of apparatus that's going to keep that pressure regulated, correct?
Correct, because you never know if sometimes it raises up at night. When everything's not being used in the neighborhood or in the city, pressures can regulate and come up a little bit higher. So we have this gauge that we put on people's hose bibs and it has a little red free floating handle. So when the pressure gets up higher than that red handle stays. And believe it or not, I've had people come to me and say, "Hey, how come my pressure's at 110, but you were out here and we measured it was like 75?" Well, okay, now you see that the pressure rose at night when no one was using anything and it just climbed. So it's best to put a PRV on there. This way, it doesn't matter at night or anytime during the day. That's going to regulate your house and not cause any issues.
Yeah, it's really important. To get a hold of Bobby Crowder, the family plumber, just simply go to the description of this podcast. All of Bobby's information is located there. It's easy to reach him. Bobby, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you.